Dear property selling professional, greeting to one and all. It gives me great pleasure to present this week bulletin. Alright. Before speaking another word, may I introduce myself as Madam Sophia, the virtual assistant to CTM Joseph, your sales and marketing e-coach and e-mentor. Without delay, here is the good news. Advancing the real estate industry. The real estate industry has grown exponentially over the past few years. It is a lucrative industry and continues to expand, requiring more highly skilled professionals than ever before. If one wants to succeed in the industry, earning a master's degree in real estate is a crucial investment and a great way to get started. Real estate development is essential in such a way that it provides the basic needs, accommodation to fulfill our habitat needs while also providing spaces for economic activities that serve as an important pillar to the nation's building. In other words, as long as there is mankind and economic activity, demand for spaces will be there, and this will further stimulate real estate development activities, says UTAR's Master of Business Administration, Building Management, and Master of Real Estate Development Program Head Dr. Chin Hon Chung. Undoubtedly, there is a high demand for qualified professionals and diverse career opportunities in the real estate industry. To meet this demand, UTAR provides a master's degree program for students and professionals to improve themselves in the field of real estate by upgrading their academic qualifications, skills, and practices. The master's degree program, namely, the Master of Real Estate Development OPNET, addresses the challenges and opportunities facing professionals in the industry. The program's hands-on approach combined with analytical skills would train the students in responding to any particular development problems with derived solutions and assist them to assess the feasibility of real estate development and investment. The students would also be able to learn the intricacies of real estate development from experienced industry players and build a strong professional network in the process. They would be given an opportunity to join the REHDA Malaysia Task Force in preparing policy papers for issues pertaining to real estate development and the construction sector via the collaboration with REHDA Institute. Through this collaboration, well-known industry practitioners and professionals will be invited as guest speakers to share their insights and experiences with the students. Besides networking with the industry captains, students will be exposed to real-time learning and application of knowledge from the sharing by our invited guest speakers, says Dr. Chin. Since 2018, UTAR has been working closely with REHDA Institute to roll out the MRED program. The program has been carefully designed through extensive industry input to equip industry executives, managers and stakeholders with substantial exposure, advanced knowledge and professional skills needed to meet the challenges of this multifaceted industry head-on. UTAR is a university offering undergraduate and postgraduate programs in accountancy, actuarial science, applied mathematics, arts, Chinese studies, Malaysia studies, business and economics, biotechnology, engineering and build environment, information and communication technology, life and physical sciences, medicine and health sciences, media and journalism, education and general studies, agriculture and food science. UTAR also engages in the provision and conduct of research, consultation, management and leadership training and other related educational services at its campuses at Bandar Sungai Long and Kampar. Source: The Star Papers, the 19th of October 2021. Now that you have viewed this week's message, I hope that you have a renewed spirit to forge again in selling and renting more properties and etc. Before we part company, may I introduce my colleague Madam Florence, another virtual assistant to CTM Joseph. She will present a free chapter of the book entitled, How to Close Every Sale and Every Time. With that said, may I Madam Sophia wish you effective selling and a happy viewing the balance of this week's newsletter. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, Madam Sophia, for allowing me to wrap up this week's bulletin. Before speaking another word, may I introduce myself as Madam Sophia, another virtual assistant to CTM Joseph NG, the writer of this chapter of book, How to Close Every Sale and Every Time. Enough of my long intro. Without wasting any time, let's go full speed. Shall we? Chapter 10, The Planned Pause, close quote. Few people can stand silence for long and he will feel compelled to say something. By David L. Kurtz and H. Robert Dodge, authors of Fundamental of Professional Selling, book Believe It or Not. The toughest person in the world to sell is one who doesn't talk. Imagine now you are faced the prospect who doesn't talk. Just he or she remains silent. Trust me, and furthermore, the prospect will become unpoised. Few can stand silence. When faced with such situation, you should not fear. As always, buying signs will surface at this precise time. Yes, it is matter of time. So just be patient. Research have proven it is more often than not, silence does require courage on the part of the professional salesperson. By the way, don't be discouraged. Do practice patience, until you can face such dilemma it without difficulty. Ultimately, you will discover you can control him or her with your words when the silence is broken. Moreover, silence will help you to do much to smoke out buying signs, and then you can close sales easily. Remember, silence is golden, is best applied here. Hence, I must say again, it's often pay to remain silent after you have uttered the closing question. And you leave the prospect to make the next move, not you to make the next action. Make no mistakes. Few people can stand silence for long, and he will feel compelled to say something. He may agree to go ahead, or he may tell you that he will think it over. If he is evasive answer, you should then immediately try to establish just what it is that he needs in think over. Is it the price? Is it the delivery date? This will give to another chance to close. The professional salesperson always tries to maneuver the prospect into a position where it is more reasonable to yes than no. He knows that you can't win every time, but he has to believe that himself that he can. After a period of silence, he may or may not agree to go ahead. He may tell you that he will think it over. If he is evasive, try to establish just what it is that he needs to think over. Is it the price? Is it the expiry date? This will give you another chance to close. In all honesty, it's important to know what is blocking the sales to the would-be customer. It is assumed that you have many answers to many objections. By directly overcoming the final objection with the right answer, there is a better chance that the sales may be closed. Agree or not? That said, it is important to repeat the salient points in this chapter. Alright. Summary. To recap in a neat nutshell, we must bear in mind that the toughest person in the world to sell is one who doesn't talk. Another areas to repeat is that any person or prospect will always become unpoised. To be clear, silence does require courage on the part of the professional salesperson. To repeat, silence will help the sales professional to do much to smoke out buying signs. In other words, few people can stand silence for long, and the prospect will feel compelled to say something. Ultimately, the salesperson must remember it's important to know what is blocking the sales. Does it make more sense now? A big yes, if you ask me. Next. Conclusion. It goes without saying, this all-important paragraph is the icing of a beautiful cake. With it, it does drive home the point that planned pause is just as important as the rest of close highlighted in this book. Personal, I have always used this planned close technique, but I must say it is difficult, as requires a steady mind and strong heart to ask the closing question and yet not say another word. Difficult but not impossible. Agree or not? To round off this chapter, may I leave you this powerfully. In the words by Alice Hyman, the founder and chief sales energizer, closing with silence is a most powerful influence in controlling silence. Nature abhors a vacuum, and silence must be filled. Many times, an effective close put the prospect into the role of being the salesperson. All things considered, then I shall close this chapter gracefully. Till we meet again, it is a heartfelt goodbye. End of chapter 10. Before we part company, I am reminded by CTM Joseph to tell you that if you are interested in getting his book, How to Close Every Sales and Every Time, you can WhatsApp him at 601238788592 or email him at josephsing@gmail.com. Alright. Thanks and happy selling. Until we meet again, this is Florence, CTM Joseph NG, and Madam Sophia say goodbye to you. Okay.